this should make things an awful lot simpler. So Robbie found them here along the hedge.
So you see that ear is really nasty. She's going to be hard to hold tomorrow. Welcome back. Today myself and the main man Robbie are picking out a few sheep for a show. We have a fancy handling system here on the go. You'll see that. Robbie's impressed with it.
Very good, easy to use.
Yeah.
And we are using it.
That might be the video coming up next week. But we'll get these sheep in. We've a few to pick out. Bit of washing to do for the show tomorrow, so we'll get to it. Away, away. Walk on. Up, 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 up. Walk on. Good dog. Oh, bring them on, Pops. Walk on. Shh, shh, shh. So if I could just get Pops to walk on, which I can't, she would be a tremendous little dog. Mind you, it's my fault. I never really trained her to do that. I didn't really know how to train a dog, but as we say on sheep school, every day is a school day. Hopefully we won't make the same mistake with Meg, the new dog we're training. Well, here we go. Pops, walk on, walk on, walk on. You see she flicks left and right. That's kind of her major flaw, but when I give her a wee bit of a hand here, she works very well. So these are a few sheep. I picked these out yesterday. We were on a job with this Prattley mobile handler up here. Plenty of thistles growing here. That is the usual crack with sheep. Now you saw them sheep breaking back. Couldn't get them up this way. Job to get them through the thistles anyway. So they broke out this way. We're going to bring them in on this side. I think it should be a little bit easier. We'll see how it goes. Come by, Pops. Come by. That's it. Probably could have opened that gate a little bit more, but there we go. Not too bad, Robbie.
Walked well.
Now, so the rest of the sheep are out here on a bit of better grass. But these ones, we done a wee job yesterday. We bolused all these sheep yesterday and clicked them for maggots. But I picked these out visually in the race. So we were on this Prattley mobile handler yesterday with the weighing scales. We were just trying that out. An impressive bit of equipment, but that video will probably follow next week after this one. Probably be the next video. Robbie was impressed with it anyway.
Very good, very good, very good, and very late again. I keep saying that that's what you need when you're getting on.
That's right, that's right. For a man in his senior years. A man, Robbie. Right, well, so these sheep here were some of the better ones. As they were running up the race, I was drafting them out here. I didn't actually click them, so I was drafting them out using the manual drafter here. So we just kept them separate and didn't actually click them. So they're some of the better sheep in the group. You'll see they're kind of fancy enough ones. They'd hopefully be the bigger money sheep in Roscommon in our sale. I think it's August this year. It's the last day of August. So there was one sheep I clicked. You'll see her all pink there in the middle. But I don't think she's showy enough. And it's kind of hard enough to have a look at them when you're just picking them out from going through the race, but it's much easier to pick them out when you're walking them around here and you can see something that stands out, something that's a bit flashier. So I'm not sure now. I think I might have found one. We shall see. We'll keep having a look at them here. That's not a bad looking sheep there. That one in the middle, bit of a body on her. That's a nice little sheep there too, very nice. Have a look, Robbie. What's standing out for you?
Well, you're going to just take a wise look at them.
Yeah.
Better best, never let it rest until the young gets better. Better best.
I think I found our sheep. That one there is probably my choice. Good body condition, pretty correct. Nice head. Not much cleaning on her. The only downside I'm seeing is she seems a bit flighty. Could be hard to hold for a lad getting on like me. So we're after getting 4 picked out of the pen there into this small pen we were using for the handler here behind us. So Robbie, which one have I picked? He has her, he has her. This is probably the fancier one here. Just going to let her into the big pen. I would say we might bring 2, might bring the 2 better ones. just in case when we start washing, if we find a flaw on her, she's not going to be.
Yeah.
You like that one, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you pick that one too?
That's the one I've picked out, yeah.
Must be learning something.
Yeah, yeah. Not bad, I'll judge now.
Long time since me and Jane have bought them in Granard.
Yeah.
Bump, bump, bump.
That was with the butcher.
That was with the butcher boy.
Yeah, yeah. Right, we'll get her out here. A good mouth, anyway. That's important for this job. We'll let her back in here. Yeah, it's not a bad little sheep. So this is the two we picked out. Probably my favourite here. Gonna bring this one as well. She's a nice little sheep. So let me know what you think. These are the balance of the ones that haven't made the cut. They're nice sheep as well. Not that there's anything wrong with any of them. I just think they're a bit flashier for showing. So we shall see. We shall see. It's down to a matter of opinion, a lot of sheep showing. We shall see. So we're just going to run a bit of click on these sheep here. We'll get them in with the other batch across the hedge, and they're going to stay here. So we're just going to run a bit of click on these. Backpack is on for this job. With it's quite handy for this as well. We have the other ones done, but you'll see that again in next week's video. Just going to run a bit of click on the balance of these sheep. We'll get to it. I'd hold them all, Robbie. Be great if it would. Lovely, great stuff. That's it. Lovely job. We'll put these two we're bringing back in here now. Yeah. So we're not going to put click on these for obvious reasons. Not ideal handling them at showtime. Yeah, that's it. Happy days. If you've seen my video, Dirty Maggots Eating My Money, that was these sheep last year with quite a few with maggots, and then doing them with click. So to avoid the same problems again, we're doing them with click a bit earlier this year, just to avoid them problems. As we say on sheep school, every day is a school day. Just get these out the field now. We've these done, all done with click. The only ones we haven't done are the ones for the show. So this is the balance of the hoggets now, the ones that we clicked yesterday. It's actually amazing the way these sheep will grow this time of year. If you remember, if you haven't seen it, this video here, the one with the Clip-X handler, these were lambs just changing into hoggets at that particular stage. They were just coming up to 12 months old, and they were still lambs, and now they've just turned into sheep all of a sudden in a matter of weeks. They've got big, they're growing really, really fast now. So it's amazing the way they change in a very short space of time. What do you think? He's laughing here. Some of the language in the last few minutes wasn't fit.
I thought you was on talk about me van blown up. His hand out like this, Lucifer would be born on him from here.
Some of the language wasn't suitable for YouTube, we'll say.
No, maybe it would be.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We had a total disaster. Them two sheep jumped the gates, cleared them. They're like race horses. So, bit of sweating now, had to strip there, wrestling to get these back in. Actually wasn't too bad to get them back in, but the only saviour is the ones that we have picked out have no pink on them. Now the pink of the click from yesterday and the bit today is quite faint, but should be able to spot them. Mind you, it's out of over 200 head here, so we'll see how it goes. One spotted. Just gonna wrestle her and get her into that pen. I hope she doesn't jump. It's a bit of practice for wrestling sheep tomorrow, a bit of exercise for that job. Which I have to catch her first.
I sure no bother catching her here. Fight to the bitter end here. Fish.
Jesus. Oh, bingo. She's going to be hard to hold tomorrow. Right, after a bit of wrestling and a second escape attempt, we'll have them in the trailer. have to let this other batch back out now. They're going back into this field. Now, so the next job, get these hogged rams in. So these are the lads you may have seen if you saw the shepherd's mate handling video. These are the lads that we done the bolusing and clicking on. So that was about 2 weeks ago. So hopefully the pink has gone off them. It should be at this stage. We've had plenty of rain since that. Come on, in you go. Shh. 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 Bit of head scratching here, trying to pick a ram out. I have a favourite, a standout sheep that I really like, and that is him there. He's a bit dirty there. That is him in the middle. He is quite a nice sheep, stands well, bit of body to him. I like him. Now, so this is my absolute favourite out of all the rams picked out. I might just bring one more, just in case. I've often seen me putting in a couple of hours washing them, and then you get them ready for the show, and maybe the morning of the show he's got a sore foot or something happens to him, he gets stuck in a gate or something stupid. So I might just bring another one to have a spare. We'll see if we can find another one, and maybe one, a real good one to compare to that one as well. That's a nice looking sheep there as well, very nice looking sheep. We might just pull that one out and have a look. Robbie, is that the one you're picking?
Yep.
The other lad's a nice sheep too.
Very nice.
He's a good square sheep.
Yeah.
Good body on him.
My money, that'll be worth it. They're up there, boy.
That's the boy, is it?
That's him.
We'll bring him. He seems pretty correct and sound and good mouth and all the rest, so I think we'll load him up here and we'll chance him. Now, he's a bit quieter as well. The other lad's a little bit wilder. He's just a wilder streak in him. I knew it when I was trying to get him into the pen, but no, I think the other lad is the lad to bring. We'll get him loaded here. We've a problem with a couple of rams. We'll give you a look at that in a minute. That's it, yeah. That's the job. Come on, Mike. Ah, yes. That's the job. Now, so this is the lad we are not bringing. Let me know if you think we have made the right decision. He's a nice sheep. He stands out among the rest of them. In your opinion, is the better sheep there maybe that I should be bringing? I don't know. It's all fairly new to me picking out what I think is the better sheep. So it's a learning curve, learning process. That's exactly it, Robbie. Two problem sheep in the race, and really nasty one. It's a bit like that lamb, if you remember, I had a lamb with really bad off on his ear.
Look at that, that is a mess, absolute mess.
Well, this is a different problem. Very, very sore ear. I'll try and give you a look at that. And then this other one behind, really sore ear as well. It's just starting to get really sore. So the problem there was tagging them. Myself and Cian tagged them before he left, which would have been early May. It was a bit late in the year. What I was doing to save myself a few pounds was only single tagging the ram lambs. This year you will notice I double tagged them for this exact reason. The problem is when I'm keeping these boys, the double tagging is just a pain, double tagging all these rams. So I've decided to go with double tags from now on in all my lambs. The only solution I have to this problem is cut the tag out. I don't think there's any other solution to this. The ear is well swollen. It's actually infected. You can see it's an eye in them. It's really nasty. So just going to cut that tag out and we'll have to re-tag them. I'm not sure if you can order a replacement tag for a sheep, an identical tag. Now, I'm just using a pair of snips. Their foot shears are, yeah, the shears for parent feet are actually better, but I don't have anything with me for that job, so I'm just going to use a pair of snips. This is really nasty. The ear is very swollen.
Look for holding them was the thing there.
I just don't have anything with me, Robbie. So You see that ear is really
Yeah,
nasty. It's really and there's a bad smell of it too. You just have to cut this one out. It's all swollen as well. That's it. Another nasty ear. That's very sore looking. Nasty smell of it too.
Now, so with the tags removed, the problem tags removed, I decided to use a bit of blue spray, antibiotic blue spray on the ears. It should heal up okay when the tags are not there and eyeing them. So we'll see, we'll keep an eye on them and see how they go. So ram picked out. Next job is let these lads go back out to the field here, and then we head over to pick out an aged ram for the show tomorrow. So this is us in the field picking out the aged ram. And when we were picking him out, we realised we were missing a ram. So Robbie found him here along the hedge. Not exactly sure what happened to him, but he was the ram with the sore foot. You might have seen him in the shearing video. But I think you'll agree, my face says exactly how I'm feeling in this situation. So maybe no harm, the sound wasn't great on the camera. So got our aged ram home. He's a big brute of a ram, so decided to weigh him. So just stuck him into the scales here for curiosity's sake, and he came in at 125 kilograms. So trying out a new device that I made here to try and make this job a little bit easier, because I find preparing sheep for shows and getting them ready for sales extremely hard work, especially on the back. You're stooped over all the time. So I've made this machine here in the workshop. It will hopefully make things a bit simpler. It is a dressing stand or a dressing table. So this by at 125 kilos will be as good a test as it should ever need. So thankfully he's quiet enough, but there's still a bit of wrestling here to try and get him out onto the table. So he's a fair brute of a sheep, but reasonably well behaved. Sometimes a smaller, flightier sheep can be harder work. Eventually get him up on the stand. So no trouble here winching him up. It's pretty easy going. And this should make things an awful lot simpler, because it is hard work stooped over all the time washing these sheep. So it's pretty high. It lifts up to 32 inches or 800 millimeters. It's a nice height to work at. You see a tuft of wool here on this lad's bum. You might have seen this before.
I got it, Carl. I got it. Don't worry.
So just use a pair of scissors here to tidy him up. Just nip off this little tuft of wool. So I'm using a curry comb here to just brush out any loose dirt in the wool. So Ada comes out here. We lost sound in the camera, so she just wanted to try out the winch and the new tie, so she's well fit to use it. So the next job here is just washing the ram's legs. This is probably the most important thing in my breed anyway, nice clean legs and a head. So just lower him down here to a nicer height, make it a bit easier to wash his head. So he's just at a nice height here for working at. Definitely making things easier.
So just moved back inside. It's late on, it's getting pretty chilly. I had to get the hoodie back on and get back indoors. It's getting chilly in the evenings here. So this lad's done now. Just going to drop him down and get him off the stand. Yeah, oh, big boy. Lovely job. Now, so the next up is the hoggled ram. Not as heavy of a sheep, but a strong lad too. Bit of wrestling to get him onto it, but not too bad. And once he's in the headlock, he's pretty quiet. He's not moving that much. So you got him lifted up here. You see he's pretty chilled out. Not too bad. Now, so if you're wondering what I am using to wash the sheep, it is washing soda. It's a household kind of a product for cleaning. It's quite good at breaking down dirt without using your ordinary soap. So the problem with using soap on this sheep now is you'd wash all the oils out of the wool, and then the wool just looks kind of dull and not that nice. So you see it's a bit dirty here on the back end, but not too bad. But I'll just give you a look at the job this stuff does. So it just kind of softens the dirt. You just kind of brush it through with the curry comb. You see the dirt just running out of it here. You see the dirt just running down here, it just kind of breaks it down. We'll see what that's like now in a minute. Not too bad, I don't think. Not too bad. Just give it one more rinse with this water. It's just warm water with a bit of that washing soda in it. So you see it just breaks the dirt down and the dirt just runs out. And when you squeeze the water out, you would barely know the sheep was actually washed. So that's the way I'm washing them. I am not saying it is the right way. If you have any better way of washing them, please let me know in the comments, because as I have said, this is all new to me. Every day is a school day. Now, that is the hogget ram done. Just let him out here, back in. Now, the kids are in bed, the dinner is set. I am ready to wash this last sheep here. It is going to be a challenge. She is wild. Come on. Yep. Now she's not very comfortable, so I'm just going to let her down a little bit. She might be a wee bit more comfortable. Just put in these brackets now. Stop her swinging about. So these just drop on the floor. So she's pretty well settled. She's going to fight with that for a wee while, but I don't mind. That'll get her used to me holding her by the head anyway. So this little sheep is going to have to get used to me wrestling her tomorrow. So hopefully this will all help. Getting used to me handling her. I'll be holding her like this all day tomorrow. She should know that she won't get away once she's held by the head. I just washed her head and her legs. Haven't touched her body at all. She was quite clean. She was a lovely clean sheep in the field. Even at the back end here, she's clean as a whistle. I don't think she's too bad. So you'll see how actually quiet she is. That headlock has her settled, or relatively settled. It was quite a wrestle to get her in. But you see how settled she is there, and I'm just holding her head. So she knows that the headlock has beaten her. So actually might bring this headlock and stick her in it tomorrow, just before showtime. It'll get her settled. Let her back in here, back with her. I know a lot of sheep people will have their own headlock, and I have designed this that it'll work pretty much with any headlock. So you can take off this bottom one, and I can bring this with me to the show tomorrow. And if you have your own headlock, you can just buy that table on its own without having to buy the headlock as well. Now it is 7 AM the following morning, just loaded up here and ready for road. The sky does not look particularly good and the forecast isn't great either. It's given for rain today, which isn't ideal for showing sheep. So I don't have the big stock trailer washed, and it doesn't make much sense bringing the big trailer. It's about a 4-hour round trip. I'm going to wrap the trailer in plastic just to keep the sheep dry, and it'll keep the wind off the sheep on the road for the journey. Might be a little job for a workshop here to make sheeted sides for this trailer, because I do use it from time to time for jobs like this when I'm only bringing a few sheep. So better get to it. Now we are shrink wrapped and ready for road. Not my finest work, but if it keeps the sheep dry and stops them getting a chill, it's a pretty cold morning, it will do the job. Definitely some content making sides on the top for that trailer. Job for another day. We'll hit the road. We're heading east, almost to the east coast, just the far side of a town called Dundalk. It's not particularly good roads for me to get there. It's going to take me best part of 2 hours. We're almost here. It's just clearing in the distance. We might be lucky and miss the rain. Backed in here with my very fancy trailer. It's kept them dry, but unfortunately it hasn't dried up yet. But the biggest job now is trying to get these out. So this lad has had a dry journey. They're all pretty happy in there. Now we're all penned up. This lady looks a bit flighty. I really hope she doesn't jump. There's the main man, Mr. David Oliver, my competition today. You might remember him from the Salem Roscommon. We'll have a chat with him later on. Dave, how are you?
Thanks.
Good man.
Well, I'm showing them, so.
Now, so just penned up here and getting ready for showing. So I've just stuck my Hogger Joe in the headlock here, try and settle her a bit. She is quite wild, you might have seen that yesterday. So by putting her in the headlock, she's going to be a little bit more settled come time I have to hold her. So we've about 5 minutes, we're kicking off. Gonna go and grab a cup of coffee, we pit stop, we'll catch up in the show ring. Started with a second, not too bad, good start. So I think this is my sheep here in the end. See how she goes. Yeah, that's her, the second one here. So the judge just likes to let them off and walk them around, and we can get a better look at them, kind of make some comparisons.
So the next job we'll have to do now is actually catch them up again, line them up again. The judge should have a better idea of which sheep he actually likes. Now, so quite a big class here, quite a few sheep in it, which always makes judging a little more difficult. So what the judge does here is he pulls his favourite 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever he thinks is good enough to make the cut of the top 3, he pulls them forward. So I do get pulled forward here into the top 4, and the judge then has another look to decide which is his favourite out of those top 4. But unfortunately no rosette this time, but it was nice to be in the top 4 anyway. So one final class, you'll see me holding a sheep here on the left. It's not actually my sheep, it's the aged ram that beat my ram. So one of my competitors asked me to hold the sheep, and he actually won the overall championship here in the clean section.
Wait till he gets a video and you should be editing. He does.
Yeah, I'm the old age ram. You know that. Yeah, he's a great sheep, isn't he?
Yeah, funny how it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Well done to Alan MacDonald here. He is the champion here today. Alan, you done very well.
I did, yeah, no, it was
good man, fair play to you.
Competition today
Good
now,
man.
so
If you don't recognise Alan, you will have seen him before in one of my videos where we done the farm tour.
yeah,
I just popped the thumbnail up here. An impressive operation.
sure.
Fine ram you have today.
Yeah, no, I was happy out now with him. He's good competition, so any rosette's result today.
Good man, well done. Well done. I think it was the way he was held though, in fairness.
It probably was a contributing factor when you have someone famous holding him.
I'll take some credit. Alright, good man, thanks Alan. That's an impressive bit of growing there. 2 nice lambs on that sheep. So one final class here. This is the judge just judging at the minute. So this class is the Yo and her 2 lambs. So it's a competition run here in Dundalk Show. Just shows the clean sheep working hard. Now I am just here with Mr. Charles Kennedy, a renowned Clin breeder from Northern Ireland. He is our judge here in the Clin section today. You've done a good job, Charles, very fair. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to be here at the Dundalk Show, David. A very good show of sheep. The standard was very good. The sheep was very correct, and I'm well pleased.
You've just judged the Yo and 2 lamb section here.
Yes.
That's the best advertising you'll ever see for a hard working sheep, I
Yes.
suppose.
Yes, well, these sheep are in their working clothes, and the Yos, like everybody else, has had a hard spring. When you look at the lambs, the remarkable lambs, what they have come through, and they have done a super job. And it's a great advertisement for any sheep that walk down and look at those sheep.
Alright, well good man, thank you very much for your time. Thank
Being
you.
here, it was a pleasure, and thank you very much.
Good man. Okay. Trying to get something to eat. Star. Now, I was just pulled in here for a bit of grub, and 2 little people come up for a chat. What's your name?
Jessica McLean,
What age are you?
10, 11,
You're 11 now. Okay, what's your name?
Shane McKenna,
Shane McKenna. What age are you, Shane?
12.
Good man. Well, thanks for coming up for a chat. Fair play to them. Come up to say hello, they watch the videos. So we're just chatting to Shay here. He was talking about sheep. What's the sheep's favourite thing to do?
Sheep love to die.
Love it today. He's dead right there. You seen that with my ram earlier. He got him dead. Thanks very much for coming for a chat. It was great to talk to you. Now I have just met up with another famous family here. This is Our Farming Life. If you haven't seen their channel on YouTube, this is Henry.
Hi,
What age are you?
10,
10. What's your name?
Heidi,
What age are you?
8.
Very good. I have a little 8-year-old girl as well. So you have a channel called Our Farming Life.
Yeah.
Very good. And this is their dad, David.
Yeah,
here.
don't ask me my
David,
age.
yeah. As Rob, my brother, said in one of the videos, he says mid-30s is the way
Yeah.
he left it. Yeah.
I'm late 30s.
You're like a fine wine. You're improving with age. Very good. Well, I see you on YouTube now and again. You're doing a great job with your sheep.
Fair play to you. You enjoy making videos?
Yeah.
Good crack. Yeah, very good. Well, it was good to chat to you. Thanks for talking.
Couldn't reach you today.
Yeah, well, you might actually notice Dave and Henry were both showing sheep with me in the ring today. You didn't beat me, did you?
No, it's why since I beat you.
As long as you don't beat me at the sale in Roscommon, I don't mind anyway. So that remains to be seen. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for talking.
Thank you.
We'll catch up with you again. Back home, sheep unloaded, 2 seconds. Didn't give you an update at the show, but I've got 2 seconds for these two lads. The age ram at the front and the hogged ram behind. The hogged yo is over there in the pen. But 2 seconds, very happy with that. Unbelievable, a really good show of sheep today. Really enjoyed the day in Dundalk show. But that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.